I don't know about anybody else, but my Instagram Reels page has been getting kind of weird lately.
She hates herself!
Well, to be honest, it's always been kind of weird. But lately, I've been getting bombarded with a very certain genre of Reels. And that genre is self-proclaimed healers. Some spiritual retreats, you know, I fuck with, okay? I get around them. But, you know, ones like this, I do not fuck with that. I mean, it looks like they fuck with that. Looks like they're fucking something, maybe an astral spirit or something like that, but I do not fuck with that. We've talked about a few of these before, like 9D breathwork, which is a video I highly suggest you check out because that shit is crazy. But not as crazy as what we're going to be looking at today. Somehow. I don't know how that's possible, but it is. Spiritual healing has been around since the dawn of civilization. Kind of like scams. That sounded like an ad segment segue, but it isn't. There is no sponsored ad in this video. But there are many reasons that somebody might seek alternative medicine like this. Maybe traditional medicine and therapy has failed them. You know, it could have been too expensive, or maybe the treatment was just not effective. The thing about a lot of these spiritual retreats and alternative medicine healers is that they target a lot of people that are stressed out, heartbroken, spiraling, just vulnerable people in general, which is exactly what the people running these retreats are counting on, because if you find someone that is desperate enough for help, they will do and pay anything to get it, including humping the air, apparently. The way that they achieve this is actually pretty interesting. They draw you in with like vague promises with no actual scientific backing. Things like doing this will release your trauma as if it's, you know, just gonna disappear if you scream hard enough. Or they use some sort of a pseudoscience that almost sounds legit, but is completely unfounded, like aligning your magnetic field. Guys, you gotta get rid of your fridge magnets, dude. It's the reason your girlfriend broke up with you. It's not because you cheated on her, and even if you did, she's a f***ing liar anyway. And what, you're gonna believe her over me? I mean, she's just being crazy and hysterical, you know? This is the whole problem. And you know what? I actually wanted to break up with her, so it's like totally fine. It was actually probably those fridge magnets that were messing up your magnetic field, and it totally wasn't anything else. That's probably why it was those that were making you not think straight. It was definitely that. It was definitely that. The promises that these groups make are also things that can never actually be measured. So if it doesn't work, they can always fall back on, well, you know, you didn't believe hard enough. Or, you know, you probably swallowed a magnet in your sleep. So we're going to have to do a few more sessions to really work that thing out of your system. And before you know it, you are basically completely indoctrinated into what is essentially a cult, having already spent a tremendous amount of money and time on it, and being constantly love bombed by the group, told that, you know, you're special and this is the only way that you can truly heal. You can kind of see how it would be difficult to step away from a situation like this. For those of you who are listening to this and still questioning whether or not you're in one of those situations, let me give you one really easy indicator that can just tell straight away if you are. If your spiritual retreat involves a white guy with dreads, then I'm sorry to say, but that is definitely a cult. I mean, anything this guy does cannot be legit. And if those dreads are blonde, whatever you do not sleep with this guy, okay? No matter how weirdly irresistible him and his natural BO are, whatever you do not sleep with him, because this guy definitely has chlamydia, okay? No amount of crystals can heal that, okay? He needs to see a doctor. A real doctor. Now that we have the groundwork and the basic understanding down, let's take a step into the world of Instagram healers and see if we can't learn a thing or two about our own bodies. And maybe, just maybe, pick up a few things that modern medicine just doesn't want us to know. The first group, and probably biggest deep dive that we're going to do in this video today, is with a group by the name of Sensory Energetics. And I first found them from this video I'm about to show you right now. And I will tell you right now, this video is really weird. It's kind of, it's weird, okay? Fair warning. What the fuck? The description of this one claims that this technique, if you will, is supposed to fix your back pain. Buddy, if doing this fixes your back pain, I think you got to work on fixing your relationship with your wife, because you could be doing all of this for free in the comfort of your own home without somebody filming you for an Instagram reel as well. Also without a guy pushing you like a swing, unless, well, maybe, I mean, maybe he's into that. So that's also possible, I guess. I was so shocked when I first saw this. I was like, what is this? How do you, first of all, convince a client to do this? But even before that, how do you as a client find that and then be like, yeah, that's sick, I actually want to give that a go? Like, How does that work? Honestly, the real questions need to be focused more on the therapist themselves. How do you explain this to the client? Did he show him some like videos beforehand, or did he like explain it to him step by step? Did he like demonstrate it himself first, or did this guy just kind of start doing that and he just went along with it? He was like, all right, I guess, yeah, sure, why not? Oh, we're in my massage chair now? Okay, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, you're paying me by the hour. Sure. Better make sure you give the massage chair a cigarette after that. It's gonna need it. Like, it couldn't be that because they filmed it and uploaded it like, oh yeah, sick, that perfectly represents what we do here. Let's post that. So it must be something that they just do. Okay, buddy. So it says here you're experiencing some back pain? Yeah, that's correct. All right, that's fine. Just lay down on the bed over there and put your heads through the holes. Heads? Did you say heads, like plural? I'm sorry, did I stutter? Oh, God. Put your heads through the holes right now. Okay, do you want your back pain fixed or not? Start fucking that massage table. Now, look, we can all agree that was pretty wild. And with no context either, it's even crazier. But this is just the tip of the iceberg, okay? This goes much deeper on this page in particular. Not as deep as that massage table, though, am I right? Just go back to reading the script. Just read the script. We saw that fixing this person's back pain was very hands-on from the therapist. But in almost all other forms of therapy that this guy does, he doesn't even touch the clients at all. Dude, when that guy starts screaming, the practitioner himself looks bored with it. He's like, oh my God, they're on their shit again. Like, God, these people are so fucking stupid. I'm not even just making this up. Dude's out here curling imaginary pigtails, and this other guy's acting like he found the ethereal G-spot. Now, look, like many, I was open to find an explanation of this in the description, but I was only left with more questions. In sensory energetics, we don't hide the discomfort. We hold it, breathe through it, and guide it with energy. Because when the body feels safe, it dares to let go. And that's where true transformation begins. Your story deserves to be released. Your body already knows how. And your body knows that all it needs is a guy standing right next to you pretending to stir a little pot of soup above your head. That's all it needs. That's all your body is asking for. It's screaming for it day in, day out. You're just not listening. Years of pain can be released with a guy using his fingers to Eiffel Tower your aura. You know, honestly, it's pretty crazy that more people don't know about this. I always do that before bed. I'm always out here Eiffel Towering my own aura before bed. I'm out here always just getting Eiffel Towered by myself, by my own finger. Anyway, doing some more research into this and going through his page, I did find a video of him actually explaining one of the main theories behind their whole practice.
We have energetic fields, and the fields goes in circles. So as I was saying, your body has its own energy fields, but around the field is like this, like circles, opening up. So what we are going to do now is stimulate this magnetic field by doing circles with the body.
Oh, they're circles, of course, and he's stimulating the magnetic field. Of course, yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes so much sense. It doesn't. Honestly, that's not true. If you had a giant magnetic field around you at all times, you'd have to be pretty careful about, you know, walking around, I don't know, anything metal, walking next to a fridge and get stuck to it, rip out somebody's pacemaker because you walk too close to them. Oh, fuck! My magnetic field! Okay, so here's us, right? Saddam Hussein hiding spot, that's us. Okay, and then we got... okay, and then we got magnetic fields. Kind of go around like this, okay? Like this. Kind of looks like a gaping butthole with a turd coming out. Kind of looks like the back of an elephant or something like that. If I had like a little... Look at that. Dude, that is literally the back of an elephant right there. Anyway, sorry, getting sidetracked. By doing circular motions like this with your hands, you stimulate. Kind of interesting word that he uses there. You stimulate the energy field and you can balance it once again. What the okay, what yeah, sure. No, that makes sense. You know, now that I've drawn it out, it actually makes a lot more sense. If you just think about this for more than, I don't know, 2 seconds, you realize that makes no fucking sense at all. It makes no sense. Even after drawing it out, it made a little more sense. And then I thought about it for like 1 second more and I was like, that's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense at all. This is my biggest gripe with all of these places. Heal what? Balance what? What the fuck are you talking about? You're acting like if you don't get this realignment, you're just gonna be walking around all fucked up for the rest of your life. Like by just existing, you're collecting these spiritual injuries like Pokemon cards and you don't even know you have them until he fingers the air around you and tells you you're actually deeply wounded. And then you start humping the fucking chair. It makes absolutely no sense. There is no actual metric that you can actually measure to even validate any of these claims. And he charges people money for it. Money! That's the thing I like. Everybody likes it. Go spend that on like an actual massage. At least then, you know, they're doing something to your body. You know, not a spiritual massage. Don't do that. Like a real one. Hump it. And look, that's the explanation he gives, but I'm going to be honest, the whole magnetic field thing still doesn't explain this. I don't know what's happening with that one, nor does it explain what's happening in most of the other videos on Sensory Energetics page. He explains in another video where he actually talks to the camera on a beach. Cool flex, I guess, about sensory energetics and just where their knowledge comes from. He says that humanity is now ready to understand more about energy and our self-healing abilities.
Now humanity is ready to start understanding more about energy and our self-healing abilities.
As if before we weren't ready to hear that, they released like a new type of like knee surgery, and they're like, whoa, hang on, let's hold off on this for a little while. I don't think humanity's ready to have knee replacements yet. I think we need to let them suffer for a little bit longer. They might revolt. Everyone might start asking for knee surgeries. There might be kids asking for knee replacements because we've just done such a good job. And that sensory energetics combines Chinese and Japanese knowledge together with Western medicine to activate our innate healing intelligence, which, let's be honest, doesn't really mean anything. But he was so indecisive with what kind of alternative medicine he wanted to go with. He just decided he was going to select them all. He couldn't decide, oh, is it going to be Eastern medicine? Is it going to be Chinese medicine? No, is it going to be Japanese? No, fuck it. Or maybe a little bit of Western. Let's just choose them all. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised he didn't throw in that he spent some time at the Kamatage in Nepal and learnt the same stuff Doctor Strange did. Honestly, you go to this guy's page and you click on any of these videos and you are going to be left with so many more questions. Let's click on one. What is this one? 700,000. Let's have a look. What is happening? It's like the human centipede of energy. What is going on here? Did he just finish watching Human Centipede? Why is Human Sensory? Oh shit, I just came up with that on the fly. Human Sensory? He was like, I can do this too. What about this one? This is his latest post. This one can't be too weird, right? Yeah, okay, no, I was wrong. No, that was equally as weird. I could honestly spend the next 20 minutes just going through his entire page, showing strange video after strange video, each of which making me question more and more, like, what is going on? But if you really need any more convincing as to the fact that this is a complete and utter scam, let me show you this one single video. An international group session with more than 60 people. Master Daniel guided this session with presence, sensitivity, and purpose. Yes, that's it. Start pretending you're having this. Reminding us that the body, everyone's kind of doing a different thing, can release even through a screen. Seems like everybody's doing their own thing. Tap, tap, tap on the screen. Tap, 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 tap. Yeah. That's right. This fucker is doing remote healing sessions over Zoom. You can't do that, man. That is so fake. What is happening? 60 people on a Zoom session getting remotely healed. Man, COVID really changed the world in more ways than we could have ever imagined. It seems like now even spiritual healers can work from home. Hey, sorry again about not being able to come in. Is it all good if we do this session over Zoom? Yeah, of course. No worries. All right, cool. Okay, here we go.
Oh my god, what are you doing to me? Oh my god.
I haven't started.
Oh, really?
Oh, are you frozen? Wait, no, I can see you blinking. Your eyes are moving right now. What? Why are you pretending to be frozen? What is your hand doing? Why is your hand moving towards the laptop? What are you... And he's hung up on me. Okay. Well, I'm still charging him, so. I'm just in genuine disbelief that people would unironically do this, you know, spend their hard-earned money on this. Not even a real session, which is still completely fake, but like, surely you would be like, no, the Zoom session, it completely doesn't make sense. It doesn't even make sense in their entire philosophy of being able to touch somebody's magnetic field and be able to affect it and release that tension. You're not even anywhere near the vicinity of their electromagnetic field. It doesn't make any sense. Believing the first half of their theory is difficult enough, but you know, you could sort of maybe almost rationalize it and you know, be like, oh, well, maybe him waving his arms around my body actually does somehow interfere with my magnetic frequency. But over Zoom? Over Zoom, dude. The guy is not even in the same fucking room as you, okay? And even crazier than all of this combined, is that this is just one page. One. We've only looked at one page, and there are so many more I found. I don't even think I can fit all this in one video. And what's even scarier than that is there are countless more that aren't even on Instagram. Now that is a wild thought. There are people out there operating, doing the same stuff, and they don't even have an Instagram page. So we don't even know. Now look, healing isn't just limited to, you know, other people needing to finger your aura to feel better. There are also plenty of other things you can do without the help of someone else. Like this. Or, hear me out. You could do none of that. You could actually not do that. Man, some people do DMT once and they make it their whole personality. This is wild. Let's all just take a moment and realize at least this isn't hurting anybody. You know, he's not trying to sell a course. He's not trying to sell a course, is he? Okay. Okay, he actually is selling a course. Not even kidding. That's not in the script. I am learning this live. He is trying to sell a course. Okay. Okay, well, I'm actually going to change my opinion on this now. I was going to say he's not hurting anybody. He's just, it is a little bit weird and it's kind of funny to laugh at me like, that's weird. But if it helps him, then that's great. But he is selling a course and this is snake oil. So no, I actually kind of take it back. So maybe dancing and making noises is maybe not something that you're comfortable with. Maybe you need to do your therapy with your significant other. Maybe you need to do it with a partner. Well, if that's the case, let me introduce you to this course right here. Awakening the First Chakra. What is happening here? Seriously, what is happening? Zero context, and the comments are turned off. Type Tantra to learn more, and the comments are turned off, so I can't even learn more about it. This is all we get. What we see at face value is all the information we have. So we just have to make our own conclusions here. Healing the chakra of the penis. Are all these people struggling with ED? Have you? There are other ways, man. There are other ways to heal that. Should really look into that. Look, I'm going to be honest, this next one, I don't really know where to insert it. I don't really have like a connecting paragraph of things to say to like link that clip we just watched with the next one. So I'm just going to put it here. I'm just going to put it right here. So enjoy this one. Yeah, so that's genuinely insane. That is probably the craziest thing I have seen this week. I mean, I translated the text. It's Swedish. So PewDiePie, like what's going on there, dude? What is happening? Can you give me some context? If you're watching this video, PewDiePie, can you drop a comment below? What the hell was happening there? Why were they not at the IKEA store designing new furniture? I translated it and it said morning workout before tonight's activities. So what activities are those? What activities exactly are? In fact, actually, I kind of feel like I know what tonight's activities are. And Let's just leave it there. Yeah, I don't really know what to say to that one. That one's just, it has me at a loss. You know, this is where free will gets you, I guess. Now, this next one, though, I am not gonna lie. I actually kind of want to try this one. This one actually looks like it'd feel really good. Sorry, I'm busy. The busy. This lady is literally being drawn and quartered. You know, back in the day, you didn't even have to pay to get this treatment. All you had to do was steal a loaf of bread. You know, we've really strayed too far from the ancient techniques. We really could learn a lot from the ancient world. I feel like that would feel really, I don't know, I feel like that out of all of them, I'm like, that's the one that actually, first of all, is doing something, you know? It's not just your energy being realigned, they're literally pulling you apart. I feel like that feels so good on the spine. I'd gain like at least a good inch of height, you know, which I need. I desperately need that. That would be really ideal, actually, if I could reach like, I don't know, 5'10", maybe 5'11". Your body has its own language. Are you listening? Spinal energetics works through the body's innate intelligence, meaning tension, emotion, and the stored energy okay? Rather than analyzing or talking through the experience, we allow the body to express what the words okay? Through this, the body begins to feel safer, more open, and more connected. Not because all right. Okay, that's the whole video. Okay, it didn't really give me time to read that one, but that's fine. This one's another one very similar to sensory energetics, except one of the words changed. That's right, there's a different word at the front. This is spinal energetics, okay? Don't get it twisted. This is focusing specifically on spinal energetics, okay? Not sensory. So basically the exact same thing. I mean, she looks like she's winding up this guy like a toy, like a little boxcar racer that you like wind up and you drop and then it just, you know, drives off. And of course, there's more, you know, pseudoscience mumbo jumbo. And no, I'm not talking about the Banjo-Kazooie type. I'm talking about tackling the nervous system and releasing tension because the body remembers how to heal. All this, it's all bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. What are we talking about? It's fucking bullshit. And to cap this whole, you know, thing off, let's just finish off with this guy right here, okay?
If you're seeing this, it means the universe wants you to know how to program a crystal. Well, there's 4 basic steps. The first one, to clean it. To clean your crystal physically.
Doug, you know, you have scrolled too far and you've gone too far down the rabbit hole when this guy comes up on your reels. Look, at the end of the day, people can live their lives however they want. And if they want to go on these retreats and do this kind of stuff, then they are more than welcome to. They're completely entitled to. I just think that, you know, some of these are a little bit funny and others are completely a scam and you should not do them. You should stay away from them. In fact, most of them are scams, other than maybe the crystal programming guy that we just saw. He actually seems pretty chill. And look, I'm absolutely not saying that, you know, all alternative practice is a scam. You know, people do yoga, people meditate. These are all things that, you know, actually do have some real benefits in the real world. But, you know, saying that you can reprogram someone's magnetic field over Zoom, I'm gonna be honest, kind of sounds like bullshit. What actually makes this stuff dangerous is not the humping or the screaming or the guy stirring your aura like a soup pot. It's the fact that it targets people at their lowest. People who are vulnerable, burnt out, grieving, traumatized, desperate people. And when you're in that headspace, you really don't need somebody telling you that your pain is just like a spiritual blockage that only a guy on Zoom can fix. You know, you need real care, real support, and sometimes real actual medical help. So if you can take anything away from this video, healing should not feel mysterious or exclusive or financially coercive. It should not require blind faith, repeated payments, or a white guy in dreads telling you you should sleep with him and it'll make you feel a lot better. And finally, if someone tells you that they can realign your magnetic field over the internet, tell them to fuck off. Anyway, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Leave a comment of a little meditating emoji guy. If you made it this far, I hope that's a real emoji. Just made that up. I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, with that, I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.